Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to my channel. For today's video, we're gonna be having our first bookshelf tour, bookshelf organization video. Oh, you're crooked. Wait a second. Okay, hopefully you can see me right there. But yeah, I'm so excited. I got my first ever bookshelf and I'm gonna attempt to build it on my own because it's not that I don't have enough space right now. If you have seen my previous videos or something, my first ever video, I showed my initial bookcase. From there it has been growing a lot and now I do have space in my closet, but it is very disorganized and it's making me anxious. It doesn't look pretty. It just looks all disorganized and then I'm just throwing books just for the sake of keeping them in just a single space, so I don't like that. And yeah, it was time. It was time for me to buy my bookshelf. I'm probably just going to fill 2 shelves out of the 5 that come with this piece of furniture, but still I was craving to be able to fully see my collection displayed in a neatly organized and beautiful way. So I got it finally, and yeah, I'm very excited. I can't believe I'm finally having a bookshelf, because back when I had this space in my other house, I wasn't really into reading, and when I got into reading I only had this tiny space in my closet. So it has been growing a lot, and finally I'm gonna be able, well, I'm the first step away from having my full book wall. The bookshelf that I got, it's gonna fit probably half of it, so I don't think it's gonna go all the way up, but at least 3/4 up from this wall and halfway through it. So by the time I get more books, of course, I'm gonna be able to fit another one like this one in here, so that this wall is covered. And also I have the same space behind you. Let me show you. But yeah, I have this wall right here that also can fit the same bookshelf of the same size over there. So ideally, in a perfect world, someday I will be swimming and fully covered and surrounded with books. But yeah, as of right now, I'm gonna build this bookshelf. Hopefully I can do it on my own. I've been having really bad back pain. Well, it's not back pain, it's on my hips and it's hurting a lot. I didn't even do anything for me to feel this way. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it's hurting a lot and this is pretty fucking heavy. So hopefully we can build it on our own. If not, I'm probably going to have to ask my mom for help, but the only issue is that my mom's away and she is coming back tomorrow night. But if I have her helping me, I won't be able to film. So decisions, but for now we're gonna attempt to build this thing on our own. The only thing that I have as a tool are these scissors. I felt very lazy to go downstairs for our toolkit, and also we have our iPad here. I'm probably gonna be watching Once Upon a Time, but yeah, let's start with this. Hopefully we can manage to do it. And side note, I should be working but today has been a pretty fucking hectic day. I was initially planning to film this video yesterday because this arrived yesterday, but I ended up having too much work and I couldn't even read. I'm currently reading Avatar and I'm doing a reading vlog for that one, and it's so good. I'm so invested into that book and I'm really craving to finish it. It's so, I'm in love with all the characters, and I started that book on Sunday and I'm just 100 pages left, so I'm devouring that book, and I probably could have finished that one yesterday if I had the time. And that was of course my initial plan, but life happened and I couldn't even read. I was very tired. I ended up falling asleep at 3 a.m. yesterday, so I didn't even open my book, but also I couldn't take the time to fully build this. And as of right now, I do have a lot of work pending to do, but I'm using this as a way to procrastinate a little, but not that much because I do need a break from, I do need a break from everything because I'm getting very stressed and it doesn't help that my body is hurting. So okay, does it come? It says I can build this thing in 30 minutes. Hopefully I'm skilled enough to do this. But it says it takes 2 people to do this. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can defeat the instructional manual. And yeah, that's my story as of right now. I'm very stressed with work, but work is still gonna be there tomorrow. So we're gonna take this time to enjoy having our first bookshelf here. I hate these things. I don't know how you call them in English. It's phone, styrofoam, unicel. I hate this. It's the sound that it makes. Ugh, I hate it. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, probably the main pet peeve that I have, if you can call it that way, is the sound of these things. And it comes everywhere. So let me just throw this as far as I can for me. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, did you hear that? Guys, I'm not kidding. I'm having goosebumps. Oh, I hate that sound so much. Okay, so we got these things, and do we have a screwdriver? Does this plus sign means that I need one? This is too complicated. Okay, so A and B. I do need to go for a screwdriver or whatever. A hammer. No, it's not a hammer. It's a screwdriver. I think so. If not, I'm sorry. Please don't come at me. Okay. I'm gonna go for my toolkit and we're gonna see how it looks. Okay, I got a bunch of tools. I don't know if these are even gonna work. So, step 1. ¿Qué me ves? Escuincla. Yo aquí abajo y tú como reina, ¿verdad? It's a piece of cardboard. Do I need this? Or what?
Someone's home late? I suppose I don't get any points for not saying yes. Well, you also didn't say
Guys,
no.
I think I'm missing half
You're not
of
going
my
to get a chance to do
package.
anything because you're not going to see him again. So first,
What the
you
fuck?
pretend to be a caring sister,
Do I
and now
need-
you're going to try and be my mother.
No.
Don't bother.
No, this is not. No,
Fail at
this
that
is.
job, you're going in the woods
This is
with
not
her.
gonna be tall
You don't
enough.
need reason. It
I'm
doesn't always
so
have to be.
confused.
What happens?
What the fuck is A? Oh, here is. Guys, can we talk about how? Can we talk about how handsome Peter Pan is in Once Upon a Time? By the way, I'm rewatching Once Upon a Time. I saw it for the first time when I was about 15, probably 16. So I'm rewatching it just mostly because of nostalgia. And I'm currently on season 5, episode 19. So I'm more than halfway through the whole show. And I'm over the heroes. I'm so over them. They just fall into an extreme positivism. I'm just really, really over Snow White and Prince Charming. All the other heroes are okay, but those in particular are just, they're annoying now. On the first season, they were okay, overly positive, but fine. You can understand. But as of right now, they're literally watching how the world is collapsing, and they're still like, love will solve everything, and we can save all of them if we believe that we can, something like that. It's just stupid. From the moment in which they give up Lily, which is Maleficent's daughter, just to save Emma from her dark future. From that moment onwards, I can't stand them. Just wanted to share that because I love that series so much, and Peter Pan is amazing. I love him. And Captain Hook, please, Captain Hook is the best of all. Come on, I'm supposed to screw these things on some holes that were pre-made here, but look at the size of the fucking hole. You can't even see it. I don't know if that's focusing, I'm sorry, but look at that. You cannot see the hole. This is very tiny and this one a little bit bigger, but still you cannot see the fucking hole. How do you expect someone like me who doesn't know how to do these things to find the holes? Like, it's gonna be like that. This is taking me way too long. I'm way past the half-hour mark and I only have the base. Like, I only have this thing already standing and I need to paste the other side, but it's too thin. I definitely miscalculated the size of this thing. I think I'm not gonna end up putting it in this wall, but in the one behind it, because it is too thin. It is good for the number of books that I have right now, and this is gonna double the size. It's just that you can't see, but let me I don't know how to show you, but this is halfway. So we're starting here and we stop there. So we're halfway through the height of this thing. So it's pretty tall and that's good, but it's very thin. And also my boss is texting me. I don't want to work anymore. Oh god. But we're doing fine. So far I haven't screwed up, but the instructions are very confusing. I don't know if I would prefer to have text explaining the instructions or if those would be even more confusing. But I spent almost half an hour just deducting if these were the right things to put here or not, and I have to redo this thing 3 times, but I think I got it now, and now I only have to replicate with the other part. I just hope that it gets easier from now on. Now the base is already done. Hopefully by 10 p.m. we're good to go. It is currently 7:30, so we've spent 2 hours, almost 2 hours building this shit, and it's not as heavy, so I think I can manage to fully build it. Also, with the tiny holes that I showed you earlier, they were so tiny and miserable and useless that I had to use a hammer in order to make the, how do you call that, nail? These things. In order to put these things right on the wood, because the hole was not even deep enough. It was only marked, and so I had to use this thing when I should have used the screwdriver. So we're getting crafty here, but so far so good. Slowly but surely this is coming together. I feel like it's getting kind of wonky. Okay, we got our first base. Yay, I love it. I love it. It's not even complete. I feel like this is not secure enough. Imagine I finished building this and then everything fell on top of me. Okay, I think that this is secured. Now, I'm currently on step 4 and I spent 2 hours on these 4 steps, but this is what we got so far. Oh, I know what the cardboard is for. Okay, it makes sense. So I'm gonna hurry because it's just the same thing, and yeah, I'm gonna get back to you probably in 2 more hours. I was filming everything, but the video ended up being an hour long with just footage of me staring at the manual and sorting through everything here, which is pretty boring and it's gonna make the editing very difficult and tedious. Well, not difficult, but tedious. So I feel like I'm gonna be giving you updates, and that's it. We're currently on episode 21, so we've watched two episodes. Yeah. So we've watched 2 episodes, and yeah, I need to answer my boss, but I really don't want, because I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer to what he asked, but we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue because we're independent people here, and I can build this thing today. We got the second part done. Guys, I stabbed myself. I cut my leg. You cannot see, but it's not that bad, but it hurts. Ow. Guys, I fucked it up. It was about time that I messed things up. This cardboard is smaller because it should have been over here, and this one should have been over there, because we have a tiny space here that's missing here, because this is shorter because of the base, and so that's why that one was shorter, because if I arrange this thing, it fall. God damn it. Second mistake of the day. I'm just realizing the cardboard should have been the other way around, so the white background is facing the wall now, and it should have been the other way around so that the white background is facing this way. But anyways, I'm not gonna redo it, so hopefully this will all be covered in bugs, so I don't have to see that background. That's what we're at the moment. I'm just missing to add the shelves, and that's it. So we're gonna do that real quick. It is currently 8 something. It is 9 p.m. So I'm kind of delusional at this point, and Peaches wants to go to bed already. So I need to hurry.
Phil, he knew I was growing it right under his nose.
Why? It's yeah.
Let you get away so you
Should
can
be
finish
this
yourself.
way.
And I'll let you more and more chewing time.
As you can see, I'm doing everything backwards. I have a feeling that this should be the other way around, but now I cannot take it off.
Mr. Hyde.
I'm gonna redo it.
Where is
Yeah,
Except
I couldn't fix it because of the background that is already holding everything into place, so I cannot open it properly so that I can take the top off. So we're gonna have to deal with that as well.
one of my father's minions paid you a visit. Peter Pan was powerful.
Look at it, so pretty. Time for the fun thing, which is arranging my bookshelf. Ta-da! Guys, I'm in so much pain right now. My hips hurt so bad. I'm actually getting worried. I've been having this pain for a week now and it's not going away. Initially it was on my lower back and now it has kind of traveled towards the sides of my hips, kind of where my hip bones are, and so they hurt so bad. But it is done and it is worth it, except for the little mistakes that we already talked about. Anyways, this is my new bookshelf. It looks so good and so pretty. I'm in love with it. This is the beginning of what I've always wanted to have, and so I'm so excited because now I realize that I can fit about 3 of these on my wall that's very plain, and I still have my bookcase in my closet, so we have so much room for more books, and I'm so excited to continue buying more books to fill this out. But I thought I would just give you a quick bookshelf tour, a little bit updated since my last one hasn't changed that much, but we have some new additions to the collection. But yeah, at the top of my shelves I of course had to have Twilight, the full saga with Circe and the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. These ones are displayed like this just because they're kind of the prettiest books that I own, and I'm so in love with it, but probably we're gonna have to move them around as we continue to fill this bookshelf out for sake of having more space. But as of right now they look so pretty like this. And then we have my music, which these CDs are from when I was 13 to 15 years old, so it's basically my childhood. And then my book pouch over there. And then in the second we got the fantasy section. We have Stephanie Major, which in my head connects with the Twilight because of course the same author. Then we have Lightlark. I'm pending to get the second book on this duology so far, which is Nightbane, but we don't have that in Mexico City just yet on physical bookstores. In Amazon we can only get it, or at least I think I can only get it on hardcover, and I'm not the biggest fan of hardcovers, so I'm waiting to have the paperback here in Mexico or in Amazon available so that I can purchase that and continue reading this one. I loved this book so much I ended up giving 4 stars. Then Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, it does kind of bother me that this one is a hardcover and this one is a paperback, and this one is also in Spanish and the other one is in English. But the thing is that I started reading this in Spanish, but then it really bothered me that the nickname for Violet in Spanish is Violencia, which is of course violence, but it doesn't sound right in Spanish the same it does in English, and so that's why I ended up getting the English version for Iron Flame, because it didn't sit well in my mind to be hearing Violet being called Violencia. So that's why I got it in English, but the only editions that we had in Mexico right after the release were in hardcovers, so I ended up getting the hardcover just for the sake of finally reading what happened next. But yeah, that's that. And then Divine Rivals, I have recently read this one and I really liked it, so I'm also pending to get Ruthless Vows. This one I have in hardcover and it's actually very pretty as well. It has a typewriter in here in gold foiling that says Dear Iris, and the hardcover of Ruthless Vows is white. It has a typewriter and it says Dear Roman as well, so I want to buy the hardcover of Ruthless Vows just for the sake of having the duology in hardcover and have it matching just like this one's. So I'm planning to get that one, but I'm out of money as of right now. That's that. And then we have these ones, which are mostly stacked like this because of the color scheme and that they are the same size. But we got the Dreamland Billionaire series, and then we have The Hating Game, November 9, Ugly Love, Archer's Voice, The Nest, and Nicholas Sparks, no. The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. Also, if you want to see a little bit more in detail which books I have read and which ones I haven't, I have a TBR video already up on my channel. I did that, I think, November last year, and right now it is June, so it hasn't very much changed. I have gone through a couple of books from that list, but it still can be considered up to date, so if you want to watch that. But yeah, we have that, and then we have the Knockmount series and Icebreaker and Wildfire, and then we have It Starts With Us and It Ends With Us. Then Las Mujeres que Luchan Se Encuentran. Again, I'm not gonna try to translate the titles that I have in Spanish to English because we know I can't do that. It's not my forte and I'm not gonna humiliate myself with trying. So that's that. And then we have Malibu Rising, Los Dos Amores de Mi Vida, and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, all three by Taylor Jenkins Reid. That's why they're together. Then we have Violeta by Isabel Allende, then Normal People by Sally Rooney, then God Loves You, and Hablando Sola. These ones are mostly like this because they're the same height. Also this ones. Then we have Catching Jordan, Beach Read by Emily Henry. I'm considering rereading this one because when I read it, I wasn't the biggest fan of this book or the writing style. I cannot understand the hype regarding Emily Henry's books. Maybe it was that the mood that I was when I was reading this book wasn't the correct one, and if I reread it, I may fall in love with this one and then understand the hype and then continue reading her books because I see everyone loving her books and I honestly don't understand why. So I kind of want to reread this one to see if I truly didn't fall in love with her book or with her writing style or if it was just my mood. So yeah, that's that by Emily Henry. Then We Were Liars, then Marfil and 30 Sunsets to Fall in Love, and then we have Practice Makes Perfect, which is also a very recent read and I thought I would like it more than I actually did. I ended up giving 3 stars and I thought it would be a 4.5 rating. And then Everything I Know About Love. Then we have Akotar, which is my current read, and I just put it right here for the sake of showing you my full collection, but this will be a 9-nightstand. As I mentioned, I'm only 100 pages left. And then we have The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, then Death in Denial, something like that. And then we have When Stars Collide and The Book Thief over here. And then at the very bottom we have these books I haven't read: The Shadow of the Wind, Above the Clouds, Chernobyl's Voices, and Good Men. Those are, I don't know if I could call it fiction, literary fiction. They're not romance or fantasy or anything like that, so that's why I don't really feel drawn to reading those, but I honestly do want to read them. These are from my TBR pile. Then we have a Once Upon a Time book, which is one of my favorites, and it's the only children's book that I have. It also has sentimental value, so that's that. And then we have Aventuras de un Niño Irlandés, which I bought because of the cover. It's so pretty and gorgeous, and I also haven't read it, but I probably will at some point in my life, and they just look very good together. So yeah, that's that. And then this I have already read and didn't like at all, and so this is basically my on hold pile. We start with Wuthering Heights, then Normal Person, then we have Malinche, then we have Demian, we also have Delirium, The Miracles of Ordinary Men, and La Tía Julia del Escribidor. But yeah, that's I also have my annotation supplies over here in a Bath and Body Works candle, which is one of my favorites. But yeah, this is my bookshelf. This is my book collection as of right now, and I love it so much. I love how it turned out, and I don't know if I've already mentioned, but the idea is that this bottom shelf ends up looking like this with a lot of books stacked up on each other. I don't know how that's gonna work for me because of course I won't be able to read the titles from the spines, but that's a problem for future me. But yeah, that's it. This was my bookshelf slash book collection tour video, something like that. I'm kind of delusional at this point. I've been working on this for the past 6 hours and I can't deal with it anymore. So yeah, that's it from me for today's video. I really hope that you liked it. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see a little bit more of my day-to-day life, feel free to follow me on Instagram or TikTok. I'm also active on there. And I can't wait for this to be my background on future videos. Now that I'm looking at it, it looks so good. Anyways, thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. This is taking me so long and I am not enjoying this.